What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. Y'all, I went back and forth deciding if I was gonna actually make this video and relive the comments made by Twitter troll, political analyst, sports host, all around clown guy, Clay Travis. His recent remarks trying to diminish the value of the women's game, coming at the Las Vegas Aces, saying that a high school state championship team from half the states of America could beat the Las Vegas Aces in a game, straight up. We're talking about one of the greatest teams in women's hoops running things right now in the W. They're in the middle of what seems to be a dynasty type run. They have possibly the greatest women's basketball player ever right now in Asia Wilson, and the supporting cast: Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, Candace Parker, and of course, Kelsey Plum. They're celebrating back-to-backs right now in dominant fashion, I must add. And still, their efforts and their professionalism are being challenged by a bunch of YMCA hoopers. And I'm just wondering, when did it become cool to disrespect women hoops? We can't stand for it. And comparing professional athletes to amateurs to varsity athletes? Come on, man. It's beyond disrespectful. It's despicable. But before we get into all that, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest, and join the memberships. We got that exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Now back to business. Let's get into it.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
So Clay Travis went viral for just a little bit of background. Okay, you know, he's a host on Outkick, very politically opinionated, very sports opinionated. He's known to ruffle some feathers, and he has a very big following. And he used his major platform to basically share his thoughts on women's hoops and his value on, one, the playing level, the talent, and the viewership.
100% true. A good state championship caliber high school boys team would smoke the best team in the WNBA. Let me repeat that because it's true and it's important. A good state championship level boys high school team would absolutely smoke the WNBA champions. Give me a team from California, New York, Texas, or Florida. I would bet my entire savings in the bank that the boys' high school team would beat the WNBA team. Give me 25 or more state champions. Oh, because some states are small, right? Like, I don't know how many people play high school basketball in Wyoming. I don't know how many people play in Rhode Island, right? Like, some states don't have that big a population. So the state championship basketball team might not be very good there. But for the 25 largest states in America, every single one of those states has a state champion boys basketball team that would obliterate the WNBA champion in a game.
After releasing this video, it went viral, and people were on both ends of the spectrum defending the women's hoops as well as agreeing with Travis. Most of his following, I'm sure, were agreeing with Travis and following that wave that he's got going on. But he tweeted this: "I'll put $1 million." He proceeded to wager $1 million. I'll put $1 million on the line your WNBA champion team against a 2024 high school boys state champion team of my choice. You guys win, you get $1 million of my money. My team wins, you all pay me $1 million, and I give it all to the boys high school team. You win. Chelsea Gray called him a dummy. Y'all see it. After tweeting about the $1 million, issuing the challenge, he commented, he followed it up. He doubled down with, this, by the way, would probably be the most watched WNBA game of all time. Balls in your court. Lots of boys state championship teams would love to compete for this money. My $1 million is out there. Put your money where your mouth is and prove I'm wrong and make $1 million in the process. A women's hoops page that I follow said, LMAO, Clay Travis, you're going to set those boys up to go home crying and ready to quit basketball. This is so rooted in sexism with the idea that women are less than men. These women practice against fully physical developed grown men all their careers. Where's your brain? ? So obviously being a professional athlete, this is your job, and you're going to take it personal when somebody, in this case, compares an amateur, a high schooler, a varsity athlete to what you're doing every single day and getting paid to do and providing for your family to do. You're going to take it personal. You're absolutely going to take it personal when it's a women's team being degraded to hype up a men's team, a boys team, but not just any team, but the two-time WNBA Las Vegas Aces, two-time, back-to-back WNBA champion, Las Vegas Aces. We're not talking about nothing ordinary. What is a high schooler going to do with Asia Wilson? Riddle me that. I mean, we can't even say it from like a physical standpoint. They got multiple players that's 6'4", 6'5" out there, front lines. There ain't many high school teams out there that are boasting a front lineup with that depth and that size. I'm just saying. And you look at it, I would say one of the best high school teams, not to throw anybody under the bus, but just thinking off the top of the dome, would be Columbus, Florida, who won a state championship. You know what I'm saying? Won the Game of Thrones. Had players that won 16U Peach Jam. They're led by the Boozer twins, Caden Boozer. Cameron Boozer, arguably one of the top prospects in 2025, along with his brother. They also have Jace Richardson, the son of longtime NBA high flyer Jason Richardson. The team's loaded. Like, that would be one of the high school state champions. I'm sure that if Clay Travis was, Mr. Travis was serious, it'd be one of the teams he would be looking at. And it's no disrespect because that team plays great. We just saw them out in the border league going crazy. Like, they're one of the top high school teams. And I get, like, you know, there's levels. There's levels. Now, there's been some instances where people posted about how pro men's or high school men's teams have beaten pro women's teams of other sports. This ain't that and this ain't them. Okay? It's no disrespect to the young bucks. But come on now. We talking about professional athletes here that practice and train year-round, that have dedicated their lives to this sport. You cannot compare that to an amateur. And oftentimes when I'm watching women's hoops, I've talked to people that feel pretty much the same way as well. I mean, if you really watch the game, they're actually more skilled than the men. They don't rely on athleticism. They play the right way. I mean, they're more skilled, intangible, basketball IQ. They're not dependent on just raw athleticism. They're dependent on fundamentals, technique, moving the ball, spacing the floor. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect the craft, the dedication, the time put into this. These are professionals. What is a high school player going to do with Chelsea Gray and Jackie Young on the wing? Asia Wilson down low. CP, are you kidding me? Kelsey Plum lighting them up with the drum. What are we talking about here, man? And then another note, I think it's annoying. It's played out and it's over with for the narrative of nobody cares about WNBA basketball.
Some people like middle school, low-level high school basketball. Most of those people we call parents. But if you love the WNBA, you can go buy your WNBA tickets and you can go sit courtside. For most of us, we would rather have $5 in cash than the WNBA team in our city win a championship. That's because the WNBA doesn't have fans. And it's not because the media won't cover the WNBA. ESPN shoves the WNBA down our throats even though nobody cares, because they have to do it as part of their partnership with the NBA. The WNBA's never made any money because people don't care, because women don't care. You know who actually go watch the WNBA? Men. Men are WNBA fans, and there aren't very many of them, but that's who actually goes and watches.
I'm hearing it. I'm dissecting the disrespect, and I'm just not here for it because blatantly it's just not true. The numbers don't lie. The WNBA on ABC averaged 627,000 viewers, making it the most viewed regular season on ABC in 11 years. The 2023 WNBA regular season reached over 36 million total unique viewers, all across national networks, the highest since 2008, and up 27% from 2002. Regular season games on ION were consumed for a total of 14 million hours. Attendance was up. WNBA attendance was up 16% for the 2023 season compared to last year. The average attendance was over 6,000 fans per game. That's the highest since 2018. The WNBA had its highest total attendance in 13 years as well. And of course, the Aces are leading the league in attendance. They saw a 66% increase in average attendance over 1 year. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are we still playing out that lame, outdated narrative that people don't care about women's hoops? Did you not watch the NCAA tournament? Are you not keeping up with Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, Haley Van Lith? Are you not entertained? Aaliyah Boston coming in rookie year like that. We love women's hoops. We're here for it. It's being celebrated. It's being covered. It's being pushed to the next level, to new heights. Obviously, we're seeing that. And if you're just going to blatantly disrespect and lie and throw out face facts, you're just unaware of the reality that we're in right now. And that's just where I'm at with it, man. I think it's just beyond disrespectful. There's no way that Aces team loses to a high school team. And you shouldn't even be talking about a high school team playing that Aces team unless you're talking about 2020 Montford with Cade Cunningham and Scotty Barnes. They run sharp in them boys. Derek Whitehead, like, you know what I'm saying? That's a, you know, that would at least be an interesting conversation. I'm not saying that they will win. I'm still taking the Aces, but I'm just saying it would be a more interesting conversation than what the hell we're talking about now. And I'm not sure I want Clay Travis being the one to scout this talent and pick the team. Do I think many high school teams are hitting them up? Possibly. I'm sure they could use the money. I mean, it's a hell of a deal. I would love to see the game. Just prove a point once and for all. Shut it down. Maybe they take it. Maybe it's just too disrespectful to even fathom on the Aces side. I mean, when we say a women's team, a women's high school team, any high school team, men's or women's, girls or guys teams in high school, amateur athletes, but we say they could beat the Nuggets? Exactly. That's where we're at with it, man. But the disrespect is outrageous. Clay Travis is a clown for that, man. Anybody out there entertaining the fact that this should even, I mean, that this is a thing. The fact that this is a thing, man, I'm just taking it all in. The fact that this is even a thing is wild, man. It's disrespectful. And the Aces should just go beat that team by like 30 and prove a point, man. I want to see Clay Travis go guard one of them and see what happens. He's so opinionated on the topic. Put him out there. Tell him to pick his 4 and go play them 5-on-5. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I'm just saying it's levels to this. And we cannot overlook the skill and the talent at the WNBA level. I mean, it's just a disservice how they're being overlooked right now by certain people. It's disrespectful, man. And they're obviously not having it.
I don't have much to say. I just know that we're just going to keep coming back and everyone hates it. Let's go, baby.
That's a wrap for us. For all the latest and the greatest, I am Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Until next time, hey, we out.